pretty frustrated walking off the field. Did you take anything out of the other drive when you had those two dynamic plays there and put it in the end zone?
Yeah, it's hard to sit there and be extremely frustrated after the night. I mean, we did get in the end zone there on a good job, on a good 96-yard drive, but minute 30 left, need to get into field goal range, and we want to push it across midfield. So with all that frustration, out there still, towards the end of the game, and I still think there were some good things done. So, I think that's just a quick, right after the game, right off the field, quick turnaround type of thing. But for the most part, I was proud of a lot of those guys that were out there with me for sure.
John, you don't want to push things, but are you itching to get out there with the starters at some point?
I'm just leaving that up to Coach Pat.
Well, can I ask it this way? Is it tough for a backup quarterback to close that gap if you're being judged going against 2s and 3s?
I don't know if I really have the answer to that. I know that, I'm just happy to be out there. I'm happy to be getting a lot of reps. That was a good 2 quarters of football that I got tonight that I'm getting a lot better from. I'm going to go back and look at the tape and learn from. So, the more reps I'm getting, I think the better for me right now. Would I like to be in there with the one? Sure. But, that's not my call. And if that decision does come, hey, I'll be ready to hop in there. But, for now, making the most opportunities I'm getting.
What'd you like most about what you did tonight?
Yeah, I think there was a lot of penalties throughout the game, so it was still a little sloppy. But for us to have even some penalties on the drive, a handoff where we kind of got wiped out and kind of took a sack on, to overcome some of those little things like that and still go 96 yards and punch it in. That's a great play by Jennings diving on the backside post to get the ball. That's a great route by Shane, and that's a great protection on the touchdown pass. So, a lot of good team fundamentals right there with that second group to get in the end zone on 96 yards when we're backed up. So I think we started on a hard count to get them to jump and give us some breathing room, and then after that, push it down the field nice. I think our running backs ran the ball well tonight too. So
on those 2 plays you mentioned, were those guys the primary receivers, or did you come to them after you had to kind of move up a little bit?
The touchdown pass, that was our primary guy. The deeper pass on the rollout. I was just trying to avoid the rush. Middle field safety just kind of jumped our deep over, and then we had the backside post coming there, and good. We don't come to that a lot, so for him to get open and continue to run right there and fight to win is encouraging for us for sure. And it was a great catch. I tried to get on as much on it as I could. Barely got it there, so I think it was a heck of a play by Jennings.
When you're standing on the sidelines and you're watching a Jerry Hughes and a Mario Williams and a Marcel Darius, do you envision in your head how do you think you would play against them?
Yeah, I got a chance to go against them last year for a couple drives there, punched down the field on one of those drives. So, I somewhat, for my experience in the NFL, had been a little bit familiar with those guys, but we have to give a lot of credit to that D-line. I think that's a special group they have there, and it's a lot of talent for sure.
When Shane's punt return was called back, you had looked really excited. We could see suddenly you're deflated. Were you planning like a really quick score? If it would have been in close position. Yeah,
you look at that possession area. I think that's probably one of the calls in the game right there. That's probably the game. I mean, you get us down there, 10 or 15 yard line. We're up 7 as it is already. We get a field goal out of that drive, maybe even a touchdown. I think you seal the deal right there. So, it's frustrating. We have a 90, 80-something yard penalty right there to push us all the way back and flip the field. That's lets a little bit of air out of us, but still, we have to overcome that still and try and push the ball, drain some clock, and keep it out of our hands.
Is there anything specific you feel like you really improved upon since the season or last week, the preseason opener from one given night?
I think a 96-yard drive is better than the 30-yard drive we had last week, so that was better. I felt like things were slowing down still. I was able to make some protection calls and try to get our guys lined up. And I think we were playing a little bit faster, so I think we opened up our playbook a little bit more, and to do that. And not have a lot of busts, not have a lot of miscommunication. I think that's a positive sign, especially with some of those young guys.
Was it concerted on your part to get to the line in a hurry? It looked like you broke the huddle sometimes and were trying to get there so you could get a look at the defense longer? Or?
Sure, yeah, we want to keep a good tempo. Flip really pushes that. We have shifts and motions, and we really have to get those guys in the right spots and try to use every single part of our offense we have. And part of that is getting up there fast, IDing the defense, and getting ready to roll. So that's a group effort right there, and I think everybody did a good job, and I'm really just trying to rally those guys that make a push.
Heading into this dress rehearsal game, the third preseason game, do you feel like you still have a chance, like anything can happen at this point still?
Yeah, I'm still going out trying to play my best and make an impression. That's what I want to do. I want to have these guys go into the film tomorrow and turn on the tape and say this guy's doing things right and this guy's really fighting hard to pick this up and to make plays. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make an impression and leave a little bit of a lasting memory coming off these games. I wish we would have finished that out the right way, but still, despite that, good things were done.
you play the whole second half. So, does any part of you feel like, man, if I had one more really good drive like that, it could really put some heat on Josh?
That's definitely not, my words I'm going to use is putting heat on Josh. I think Josh has done everything right since the day he's been here. He's obviously a vet and has a very good understanding of this. Mine and Josh's relationship right now, I'm trying to learn from him and, learn from the things he does right, learn from some of the mistakes he does make, So I think we have a good relationship in that regard. I wouldn't say putting heat on. I'm just trying to learn from him because there's a lot still for me to learn.
Very good. In terms of learning on the fly, you were in a lot of different situations, a lot of different rush looks tonight. Do you actually find yourself learning while you're taking the steps out there against the rush?
100%. Yeah. No, I think Buffalo came out tonight and heated us up a majority of the time we were out there. So, now as we go into practice, we're gonna put in an extra step of preparation for that. I believe. We have a couple checks that we want to get to, and now we want to really be aware of that because it gave us some fits tonight. But it's tough. They blitz a lot. We just need to handle it accordingly and move on.
All right, thanks.
Thanks.